Hello everyone, my name is Xiaodong Yue. I'm a professor at Capital Normal University. Welcome you to my course on skills for writing and publishing academic papers in English. Today's topic is on how to write abstracts of a paper. Before we start our talk, let's see the vocabulary or the words for this talk. I'll do you a favor. Please read after me to familiarize your ear for the terms, for the words, for the vocabulary I'll mention in this talk. Are you ready? Read after me. Literature. Argumentative literary review. Argumentative literary review. Chronological literary review. Chronological literary review. Methodological literary review. Methodological literature review. Thematic literary review. Thematic literary review. Theoretical literary review. Theoretical literature review. Search engines. Search engines. Bibliographic database. Bibliographic database. Index. Index. Contradiction. Contradiction. Rough idea. Rough idea. Chronological. Chronological. Discipline. Discipline. Subheading. Subheading. Overview. Overview. Interpretation. Interpretation. Transition word. Transition word. Topic sentence. Topic sentence. Comprehensive. Comprehensive. Theoretical base. Theoretical base. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Conceive. Conceive. Convey. Convey. Establish. Establish. Strength. Strength. Weakness. Weakness. Descriptive. Descriptive. Systematic. Systematic. Integrative. Integrative. Theoretical. Theoretical. Methodological. Methodological. Critique. Critique. Summarize. Summarize. Gap. Gap. Inconsistency. Inconsistency. Conduct. Conduct. Sufficiently. Sufficiently. Time frame. Time frame. Category. Category. And here the question for you to think. First, what is an abstract? Second, what is abstract writing? And thirdly, what is bad abstract writing? And fourthly, what are the tips for writing a good abstract? And finally, what are the traps for writing an abstract? With these questions in mind, let's start today's course. First of all, what is included in an abstract? Well, normally, an abstract should have the topic, content, and sentences. So you have the problems and the purpose, that means issues, problems, aims, and you would use 1 or 2 sentences to describe it. And next is the method, a methodology of the study in subjects, participants, cases, apparatus, design, whatever, and you use 1 or 2 sentences to describe them. And thirdly is the results, the main findings and results. Use 2 or 3 sentences to describe them. And finally is the conclusion. Significance of the study is in 1 or 2 sentences to describe them. Of course, it depends on what kind of abstract it is. Most abstracts would require you to write about 150 words. you do not have many sentences to write. You have to keep the word lib in mind. But there are other abstracts that may give you more freedom, like you can write around 500 words, even 800 words. It depends on what kind of a journal that you submit. Okay, next we look at abstract standard and requirements. The typical information to be included in abstract would have background of the research, central questions or statement of research problems, aims and the rationale of the research, analytical method of the research, or major findings and results of the research, and finally, the significance and the implications of the major findings of research. Okay, having said all of this, let's look at what are the tips for writing a good abstract. First, do not forget to check the word limit for different type of abstract. Second, do not use abbreviations and jargons in text. Thirdly, do not include citations in text. Fourthly, do not forget to get someone else to do the proofreading. And fifthly, do not include others' works in the abstract or in the text. And sixth, do not write long sentences. And seventh, do not use passive voice. So altogether, bear in mind, an abstract serves to report the original finding and contributions of your own study. So it has to be brief, it has to be summative. Now we talk about abstract, there are different kinds. If we can summarize, there are two kinds. One is the whole paragraph. The whole passage is one paragraph, and it usually is about 150 to 200 words, and it's short and brief. There are also the separate parts version. That means it has several parts. It has the aims, methods, results, conclusion, okay? And it usually around 250 words to 50 words or longer, and it's more specific. And here is an example of a whole part version. And you can see the whole passage is abstract. It does not break into different parts. Okay? And this is the second part version. You can see it has the objectives, method, results, conclusions. So 4 different parts. Bear in mind, different journals require different abstract. If this different parts version is required, you want to make sure that your abstract follow the guideline. If you write a whole part version, your paper will immediately turn back. Please revise your abstract, not the whole paper yet, for resubmission. That's embarrassing. Now, here is an article I want to show you, which I participated in writing. And here is the whole part version of the abstract. And this is what we wrote for our study. And you have a look, and you can see what different parts are included in this abstract. Have a look. I'll give you some time. And now, time is up. Let's see the answer. Let's look at this together. Okay, you can see on the left is the paragraph. On the right is the semantic analysis. And the first sentence is about the topic of the study, what humor is, what laughter is, and how are related. And the second sentence It's about the aim of the study, and particularly what is needed for our method of study. Okay, and the third sentence is about our hypothesis. Okay, also talk about a way of doing the study, the signal changes, the conditions of experiment. The fourth sentence is about how we actually did it. And then the major findings, finding 1, finding 2, and finding 3. And then conclude with the significance. So, you have to be able to detect different parts in the abstract. You know why this is important? Because this is what an editor would look for in your abstract. If you miss some parts, you accept the editor.